the deal? Peace to the universal fam. How y'all doing out there? Fine, I hope. Yep, we back in there with another one. Today, I must say, is a good day. Or was a good day. Make it a better night with this one. So we back in the mix with Miss Lala. I'm down with it. The Click Queen. Yeah, man. We're gonna start this one off. I want to start this one off by dedicating this to all of the real ones out there. Start my little muralish thing here. It's kind of leaning, but I had to go back in. I don't know if it's the camera setup or I think it's the camera, to be honest. But still a do. Big and got a little slow down. Yeah. But yeah, I need to push this back. I need to get me a pop picture. That was one with him and Leo. I think that was Photoshop, but on the list. Let's see what they go that way. I do a little better, yeah. Give me some bar now. But anyway, so yeah. Start this one out by dedicating this to anybody out there who lost a loved one or somebody near and dear to their heart. There's been a lot of that. Seemingly, I don't know if it's the internet. We just see more because we're more connected through the internet, or it just seems like been a lot of transitions in the last couple of years, man. And it's two sides to it. You're supposed to there's a time for the mourning of those who make the transition, and it'll always be that aspect there, but energy, right? Shut the but the ultimate goal is, like I said, it's always a sad aspect, but if you really get to if you really get into this information, and I know communicating with I don't want to say a dead, because it's just this life on the other side, or the life on the non-physical side of things and whatnot. But that is still that aspect there of grievance. But eventually you're supposed to part of helping them move on their journey to the other side, or through the other side, is transforming that. However long it takes you to do that. but transforming that, looking at the brighter side of it as well. Like, how we say it in human terms is you're in a better place or whatnot. You hear it all the time. Well, at least they're in a better place and this, that, and the third. That's a part of it too. And if you are to really take heed, this is a badass chapstick right here. Yeah, but Wapples. Yeah, I'm in the chapstick. But if you really following this information that I'm putting down, I don't like that. I want to line up. Let me get over here. Everything I gotta be all perfect and shit because I want my bars in there. But I can. Let me shake. This ain't nobody but a Leo right here. This is her style. She's into the black. I think black is her favorite color. Don't quote me on that, but I did hear her say, she loves black. So yeah. But part of if you really get into this information or get into that, for lack of a better way of putting it at the moment, so you're picking up what I've been putting down. You can, although they may not be hearing the physical, and that is an aspect of it too, because you're not able to do the physical things you used to do with them, but they are very well still around if you're willing to deal with them. Through altars, pictures, playing. Everybody's not a musician, so it may not even be you playing music that they like, or going to putting up an altar to them. And altars are a lot of y'all probably got altars. Y'all also don't even know it. It's like unactivated altars. So you might have a little, you see some people that have like a dresser or something, have pictures of, I guess you probably have like a, something like this, but it'll be, a dresser or something, or whatever, or some type of cabinet. Only difference is, it'll be, which I don't think is that big of a deal either, big of a difference, but people who may not know that's also, you have, you probably have pictures of those who are deceased, but it'll probably be pictures of people who are still here and all that too. Only difference between that and what we would consider a technical altar is you're not looking at the average person probably, you're not going to look at it like, use it as an actual vehicle to communicate with them or whatever. Which you can do that, which is what we doing now. Like I said the other day, this happened with big Pac, happens all the time. Who was that? I was talking to my partner one day, and this was like right when I was like in the beginning of would you say motherfuckers right when motherfuckers I was going through something. So I'm like, yeah, nigga, ooh, what the clap, bro? You sound like Pac right now. But that's that energy. That nigga lives through me and us. If you so desire, or I am of the I would say it's like Bobby said, these are niggas. Like so you might be thinking like say you a fucked up person or you're of the ilk of say you try to make contact with say some we just give you an example, say some dumb not dumb but we just say somebody that's we would consider fucked up or whatever. Cause I know there's a lot of people that see this you know I know it ain't everybody that's watching this is not just upright citizens or whatever. But let's just say you use a fucked up individual or something, or you not right, just to put it in those terms, and you try to make contact with baby girl or somebody or whatever, just because you might put up all the you might follow what I'm telling you to do, but you might not get no results because they might look at you and say, not my cup of tea. Or even worse, I tell you what I always tell. Well, I know I told her once, but I tell you again. Bobby was saying he had I don't even know what it was, but he said he had something in his house, and he was like, he was fucked up. He really couldn't even. This shit was so powerful. Whatever it was, I can't even remember what it was, but he said it was so powerful that he had to watch. Cause you know we all, everybody you deal with is not, everybody vibrate at different levels or whatever. So somebody might not be fucked up to the point to where, they might not be fucked up to the point where you personally tell yourself, well, I can't hang with them at all no more. But, or they might not be, they might be one way with you would be really, they might be fucked up everywhere else, but they come around you and they might straighten the attitude up a little bit or something. So, when my memory serves me correct, the way Bobby was saying it was, he had to, when he had got that shit, he started having to watch, like, who he brought to the house, not necessarily based on him saying, but not necessarily knowing what a motherfucker harboring within. So he might be cool with them, then they come to the house and be fucked up, come in that bitch and like he told some story like one of his homeboys or some shit. I'll tell the story. I wish I should have told him quick, but he was saying, he had this one homeboy, back to the money shit. Motherfuckers judging you based off of finances and shit. But he was saying that he had this one homeboy who, I think after they graduated college or something like that, or the dude, or something, the dude stayed out of town or whatever, but he used to always come to town for the holidays, right? This shit funny. So, he said, so the niggas would come to town for the holidays, and every Christmas he'd come to town, they party, kicking and shit or whatever. I guess, this was when Bobby, was, I guess financially all right or whatever. And I guess he, went through a slump or something or whatever. So he say, this one Christmas he was fucked up. His bread wasn't right and shit or whatever. And he said the nigga came to town, and then he came to Bobby's house, And then when I heard when he found out, maybe I think Bobby was something like Bobby didn't. He wanted to go out to eat or some shit. And Bobby was like, he ain't had no money, or it was something he said. I can't remember, but somehow, some way, the dude picked up on the fact that Bobby's pockets was kind of light or whatever. So I think he said he came over and hollered at him one day, and then he never came back and fucked with him for the rest of the holidays and shit. So Bobby said he bumped into one of his other homeboys. The holidays passed or some shit. And usually he would kick it with Bobby through his whole time, for Christmas break or whatever, before he went back to wherever he was going. So, Bobby said, you gotta remember this is before cell phones and all that shit. So, but, so Bobby say, when, he came there one day, seen Bobby was fucked up. Bobby said he ain't seen him no more for the rest of the nigga ended up going. No, he said he called him before he said the dude was still down there. I think they were the dude was still there in town. And but it was like going, I guess it was like towards the end of the holidays or whatever. Like right before that's what it was. He said the nigga, pretty much when the holiday was over, he said he bumped one of the other homeboys. And he said his homeboy was like, man, when you was at Bobby, woo, such and such came through, man, we partied, kicked it, and woo, the regular shit they usually do when a dude come to town. And Bobby said, shit, man, I was at the house, regular shit, you know what I'm saying? Woo, like, yeah, man, woo, kicking it and blah, blah, blah. And I think he said like a little bit after that, the dude came and hollered at him again, but he was on his way out though. He had his bags and shit packed and everything. He was coming to holler at Bobby and then shoot off and leave on his way out. So Bobby was like, he said he thought about it. This is some weird shit right there. Cause usually the nigga come, they kick it or whatever. Bobby said he put two and two. He said, oh, I know what it was. The nigga seen I ain't had no bread. And didn't want to hang out with a nigga or whatever. So I think the next year the nigga came back down there. And he said nigga came in the house, man. I don't even think this was what Bobby had the damn whatever shit he had. I can't remember what it was. But it was some spiritual shit. It was a statue or something. But he said, the nigga came back. This is just off spirit shit right here. He said the nigga came back and Bobby said he had a chair. He said, he said, I knew it was spiritual because he said, man, I had niggas way bigger than him come and sit in that chair, had no problems. He said the nigga came in the house, sat in that chair, and the chair broke, and the dude fell and he hit his head or some shit, I don't know, but he sat in the chair and it broke. Ow! Bobby, but he said, yup, that's the spirit. But he said, but the thing about it was, when that happened, he said he think the dude kind of snapped to it too. I don't even think the dude was conscious, and I'm not sure, I can't remember, it's been a while since I've seen that lecture. But he said the dude must have snapped too, because after that, he came to his senses, and went back, and they was kicking it like before the last time or whatever, despite the fact Bobby pockets were light or whatever, something like that. But that's real type of shit. Now, I can show you some shit. I ain't gonna even lie. I think I'm out of it. That's definitely going in the book. But when I tell you that, hold on, make sure I don't want to get too far before I forget why I just said that shit. I haven't even got here, but I'll just finish the story. This should be happening, but I can see when I tell you that you get around when you vibrate at a high certain level of energy, And like I say, man, because it just came to my mind when I was thinking about it. But cause I remember, I don't even think got too. Race might play a factor. I don't think it plays because I used the example of the sun and the skin of white folks, whatever. With the last time I said this shit, but I don't even think it's that. Cause it's certain. Like I say, it's certain. Uh, White people, you might be vibrating at a high level, and even Bobby said this before. In other words, and though we look at white people like, oh, they're lower or they're, the black man is the highest and all that, woo woo. But you still got white folks that might love being around you. Then you have some white folks that can't take the energy either. That shit happened to me the other day. I had an encounter with a white guy, and that nigga just looked like, I can't even, the look because we had made eye contact, and he looked, and it wasn't like he made like a nasty look. I don't know what I can't explain the look on his motherfucking face. Because one part of me want to say is it felt like I was burning the nigga up. Pause. Because in jail that means exposing your man's parts to another man. But jail shit, don't pause though. But when you're in jail, you like, say your pants got you walking in your pants down your ass out. You be like, hey man, put your cheeks showing, bro. You're burning it up. You know what I'm saying? You can't take the energy. But it was something about the look. Then it felt like it almost felt like I could see the nigga like, just being around his motherfucker. But I'll be around some white folks and no problems. At least on the surface level. But I got the scholarship. I know some shit. I know I got some shit right now. I ain't even going into detail of what it is, but I got some shit right now. And the science on it, when you go, I'm gonna put it in the book with so many words. This shit here, if somebody was to, whose heart ain't right, was to possess it, either one to, because this is some shit you can go and get out, but if the person's heart ain't right, it'll destroy them. That's how it's in the scholarship. I think I'm gonna put that in the book. But it corresponds to what I'm telling you about the sun and you vibrating high and people can't take energy and shit. It corresponds to that. But in so many words, it either what is all said and done, the conclusion I came to is either one or two things it's gonna do. It's gonna either make you or break you. It's gonna either raise your vibration up, or if you can't raise your vibration up, this shit, it's gonna fuck you off. Trust me, I got the scholarship on this shit, and I just came across this shit. I've been telling niggas this shit about having high vibrations and shit. It's like jealousy and shit. If you shining or you excelling in some form of fashion, a jealous-hearted person can't take that, so it's gonna manifest. The jealousy is gonna come out. It's gonna eat them up. damn, I hate when I do this. I don't fuck. I'm trying to tie it back to what I was saying about people who had passed on. But I would put that in the book. I need to figure out the main line of the damn book. I don't know what I'm gonna send it all around, but trust me, it's gonna be bomb when I need to hurry up and I would start now, but I don't want to. These little laptops don't be having enough space and shit. I'm having to erase shit off of these motherfuckers. I need to give me an SD card, but I think that's why. I think that's one of the reasons why. I don't know. Sometimes I'll be having to redo the fucking video and the shit won't upload. I'll be thinking this. I don't know. I need to get more. That's why I need to loosen up at, because I ain't the most techie-ish guy in the world, but I need to get in at least the basics of this shit. And plus, I want to, once I start doing this music shit, I need to get more tech savvy. So, but let me take it back to what I said about the people who made the transition. I don't know how the hell I led into that, but I guess I'll go back and see after I do the video and bring it back up in the next one if I can't remember it and commission it right now. But in other words, what I was trying to say is, because you thinking you're not looking at a person who's not conscious or whatever, or spiritual to this degree or whatever, you're not thinking of them as still alive. You're mourning, but it's making it hard for them to go on because they worried about you, and your mourning is kind of like making it hard for them. So you got to learn how to mourn, and then a week or two, however it take, but eventually you have to look at it like, just think about it, because if you they be partying on the other side. So if you study mourning, and they trying to come through and make contact with you, but every time you think of them, it's a dirge or mourning. Eventually, even they'll be like, man, hey, say motherfucker, that was 4 years ago. I'm straight now. I'm trying to fuck with you, but every time you bring me up, it's a sadness. And it's sad, and it don't get me wrong, because it'll always be them type of moments, like, and I even go as far as to say, if you're an actor, you can actually tap into that. Say you're an actor, right, and you follow my advice, you do your mourning or whatever, live in that moment and sit in it, and then release it and do things, make contact. They'll make themselves known if you do certain things to make contact with them, whatever. And then eventually, that's like a gateway to actually get to the point where, because I don't need pictures, and I can do all. Eventually, you want to get to the point where you can just do it mentally. But this is a step to doing that. Because like I said, I was already making contact with like Leah, Pac, and but at first it was just, signs from the outside, which they still do that too. And sometimes they still have, even though you can do it eternally, sometimes they still have, because you can't, sometimes they have to get your attention from the outside to tell you some shit on the inside. Just like Baby Drive, just recently, something just kept saying, I kept getting this urge with, to drink some beer. I'm like, Bill, You know, I'm seeing shit, little shit happen. I'm like, okay. I went, I drunk one. I got another one the other day. It might not the this is Brian. Remember I told you I don't drink. I don't necessarily. I pretty much drink dark beers like this one right here. Some Arnold's craft brews or whatever. This is the Lissai or whatever. But no, I drink the beer shit, whatever. Time go. And then it hit me. She was like, duh. When I went to see her in concert, it was at the Budweiser Superfest at the Summit. The Summit. What's the Summit? Well, that's the stadium, but the Summit is the peak of something. The Summit and goddamn Prince. Ain't nobody Prince that shit. Waste that damn purple goddamn on my damn. It's all good though. It look like that. Look at the shit, man. That don't remind you of Prince. Look at this nigga head. The Afro Roger. Prince Nelson. Damn it. Shit is real. But yeah, man. That's what it was. So, and even more so, take shot, show you how real shit in the field was. When I went to go get the one time, I went to go get the bill. They had like a fire, a spicy beer, like some type of, I don't know remember the name of it, but it was like some type of. So I went for the Heineken, but then I seen that some type of, I guess like cayenne beer or some shit. This was some Hispanic shit, so I didn't. I just saw the fire and stuff on the cup, but the name it was like a Spanish type of beer. I had to go try that out too, but I went with I got a Modelo. So instead, well, for one, I didn't. I got a Modelo. So so you be like, well, I gotta do anything. Well, the most memorable moment of that concert, as far as in regards to Baby Girl, was when she did Hot Like Fire, cause she had the pyro thing jumping out. Then Bone them had that was the bad motherfucker too. That was probably the most memorable moment though. Was that the same damn concert? The Bone them had the goddamn skeleton on stage with the damn joint in his mouth. And they had the smoke coming out. I think that shit was real weed too. Whatever that shit was coming out, it smelled like some grass or some shit. But yeah, shout out to them boys there, man. East 99, man. But that was her. I had to put all it together to bring it back to the inside, and then spoke with that. But you know, you have to let them go eventually. But don't go back to the acting thing. But living that moment, and that morning, because say you have to go and do an acting gig where you gotta cry. I know you can do this shit because for me, if I was to have to do a crime scene in a movie, all I have to do is think back to when I was sleeping in cars and shit for the briefless. You know, I want to make it seem like it was just years and shit, but I did a skid bid. I had to sleep in the car and shit, and I can't remember who it was, but I saw somebody else speaking on that. She was an actor too, an actress. And she started speaking about she was in the interview. She started talking about when she was sleeping in cars. And I could see her down there finna cry when just talking about it. And I resonated with that. I damn near cried shit because it started making me think about my shit. I was like, I know this know about that shit. I don't know what homeless people be. I won't even go. Cause you know some people like, man, you go get a job, you bum, and all this shit. It's like we don't know what the fuck people going to do. Some people out here got believe it. I know a dude I went to school with. I ain't gonna say his name, but cool dude, cool cat. But I don't say his name. But all I'm gonna say is I seen him on social media. And he's like, man, I can't get a job. Won't nobody hire me. So I'm looking at his name. I'm like, man, it might have something to do with that. That type of shit happens in the world. Don't let nobody fool you. Some motherfuckers just don't want to. I'm talking about he wasn't homeless, but when he just by looking at his name, there's some spiritual shit with his name. I was like, man. They could possibly be the reason why. Because to get to that point to where you get on social media and actually say it, I know it'd be trying to find a job ain't always the easiest thing to do, especially for niggas like us. But cause he's a street cat, but but they get to the point to where they get on social media and just have to feel like he gotta express that shit. That means something he was feeling something to inspire him to get on there and say that. So yeah, that shit there, it worked, but just not to get off course, but take it back to the dealing with deceased loved ones. And I say, I'm not saying you won't have moments where you might have moments where you start reminiscing in memory and remember things y'all did. It might cause you to revert back into a state of mourning, which is perfectly fine as long as you can, shake it off and get back to normal, whatever. But I said that to say that's a good. You can see that's taking a negative and turning it, or what can be perceived as a negative, and turning it into a positive. Making lemonade out of lemons, so to speak. Yeah, man. But I said all that to say, I want to go back to R. Kelly. Now I can't tell you how to feel about R. Kelly. and nobody's perfect, but I don't think he, especially like I said, especially the first thing he got caught up with or whatever, the camera thing or whatever. That's on camera. But like I say, even judging by original man standards, he didn't necessarily. Like I said, got a little raunchy or whatever. I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm just saying. But by our ancient standards, as far as the age thing, he didn't necessarily do nothing wrong based off of the age thing. But everybody has their own outlook on that. Like I said, my interpretation when it first happened and shit, and I first had to process it. I was like, well, because like I said, by me being an anti-government kind of guy, I'm all, even back then, like I said, that's before all the candles and this, this is just regular revolutionary nigga shit. I don't automatically go with what they say or whatever. Some shit right is right, some shit is right, some shit is cut and dry, and then some shit when it comes to them, especially you have to, well, hold up, but I will say this much. I don't think I'd bet a friendly wager that you wouldn't catch him having sex with no 12 or no woman under puberty level. He ain't that kind of guy. And if I'm wrong, I don't mind. And if I'm wrong, like Bobby just said, I reserve the African right to be wrong. But and if you still on the fence or trying to figure out this thing's a little too far-fetched for you, go listen to I Wish. Shit, I didn't cry. Listen to that shit. I just listened to it right here. Go listen to I Wish. And don't just listen to go look at the video though. You can listen to the song too, but go look at the video. The video will really bring it home, man. And I think his mother was trying to make contact with me because his mother, if I'm mistaken, I think his mother's name was Joanne, and I saw something. I started thinking about somebody I went to school with, or whatever, but I couldn't really make nothing out of it. Now I see what it was. That was his mother. That was his mother. I just saw some other day with this is like a double entendre though, because it referred to my great grandma Annie. But his mother name is Joanne. But pretty much the same thing, Joanne, Ann, or whatever, they got the Ann on it. Annie, that's the that's comedic. That's why having a good memory or being able to live in the moment and absorb things. Because even now, I'm just now recalling that moment I had. I don't even remember what happened. I just remember that name coming up and sticking out a couple months ago. Now I think about it, I think it was around the same time I did the last joint for the Mad Max breakdown. But go listen to that, man. Really listen to all that nigga shit, cause whether just despite what you may feel about him. And I even go further to say, even when that shit first popped off, it was still a lot of girls still big R. Kelly fans, shows and not going to the shows and all that. And you have us part like, man, how could y'all go and this ain't to spite the young lady or nothing like that. I don't want to, like I'm going at her or nothing like that. I just took the preference that. But, so you had some other side people like, I can't believe that y'all still going to these concerts and supporting him. Woo, woo. And you want to know why? That's a woman's into women. The women that stayed down with them, even though they may not, probably couldn't verbalize it to you and say, or that, because we all under this Western mind state we put as far as seeing things the way that they programmed us to see these things or see life. But the reason they stayed down with them because some may actually knew because even though it might come off as a surprise, especially today, because which is go back to what I was telling you about the whole pedophile thing. It's not when it's coming from the government or quote unquote authorities or whatever. It's not about beating them up or justice with them, or it's about warfare with them. Because I don't want to get too far off track, but so over the last past 10, 15 years, or at least really the last past about 10 years, that's why they've been pushing that. Where him as the poster child for the most part. Even back then though, intuitively, I didn't feel like he did nothing wrong. When it didn't come off like, now if you say, R. Kelly got caught with an 11-year-old, I'm like, oh man, come on, you tripping, you a sick bastard. But then by the young lady being of age, past pre-pubescence, and I don't feel like I'm saying the word pubescence. I mean that word is prepubescent, past prepubescence. There we go. It didn't come up wrong. Now the thing that would happen, they say happened or whatever. That was a little. But shit, even that, I ain't gonna go for it, but into that right now. But read this book, and maybe you can pick up on it yourself. Like I said, I said, this is not to slight the young lady or shit. I'm talking about young lady. I can remember. She probably about 3 or 4 years younger than me. Now I think about it, but like I said, I don't know the details of R. Kelly. I don't think he was a fucked up nigga like that. I just listen to the song and you'll see what I'm saying. That shit was coming from a real place. And listen to the world's greatest too. That's a bad motherfucker too. We get most. Those two songs are songs that one of the world's greatest was on the Muhammad Ali soundtrack. And shout out to Muhammad Ali. If I haven't shout him out yet, because his birthday's like the day after Ali is on the Sunday or something like that. Now, I still gotta tell that story. I'll probably tell that story this summer though. But he came to me when he passed too. Kind of like I was telling y'all with Big Rebo, but it wasn't a visual. it was an actual a manifestation. I'll tell y'all later. So that's one of the ones that if you ask somebody, well, what's some of the R. Kelly's, your favorite R. Kelly songs? I think I Wish and that song right there will probably be the last or the least said because, you know, most of you know, I think his more popular songs are the ones geared to more towards, the sexy stuff and the love and all that. But listen to that song, man. That's a heartfelt song, bro. Says that's some shit, crazy shit right there. Even the goddamn girl would be like calling each other bro and shit. So I don't know, fuck that shit is about. But I don't know, man. Wherever he at, man. I hope he alright, man. Cause I don't so I don't think he was that monster they try to make people out to be. But like I said, so when you see him do shit like that with him and Mike, they'll throw it to y'all. I mean, they know y'all gonna make a moral, throw a moral fit about it, but don't think that the authorities or whatever are putting it out there because, oh, we're trying to be righteous and no, they do that to just for the sake of destroying the image of a motherfucker. So I just want to say that much, man. But listen to that song, man. Even when I listen to him on Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, like the energy I get from it, I don't get pedophile energy from that. I don't get a fucked up nigga energy from that. I ain't saying he perfect. Like I said, we all got flaws and have our moments where we was assholes and shit like that. And even me, I looked like, man, why the fuck did I was an asshole that day? What was I on that day? But nothing too crazy, but you know, just certain shit I be I remember one time, I ain't gonna say that, but we was finna, just say we was finna run down on a nigga, and it was really my partner idea, but not necessarily me, but you know how they go, you know how it is in the hood, you know, a nigga, you see people into it or doing something, even if they wrong, you gonna squabble up with them against the opposition or whatever. And then later on, but I mean, you know, that was some bullshit, bro. It was kind of like one of them moments, but it wasn't necessarily my idea, but if he would have fired off on a nigga, I was gonna do something terrible to the dude too. And I'm glad I didn't. That's one moment I always look back like, man, I'm glad I ain't do that shit. Man, it would have been fucked up. Because my partner was in the wrong. He was in the wrong for what he was about to do, but he didn't do it. But that was a thorough night too. That's why I be telling you about fame and shit. Like, I ain't just gassed up on no fame type shit like that, because I've been hood famous. And really, to be honest with you, that's damn near enough. That shit really probably better because, well, I ain't gonna say better, but that shit Mike was going through. And one thing I learned from that shit with Mike, Don't stop the love though. I love the love, but too much of anything can be a hazard. Even love to a certain degree. Well, think about it like this. You go watch the Jackson 5 movie with I just start doing it to the camera. But go watch the Jackson 5 movie. When that scene where Mike loses chain, that's love. Saying that's crazy. I see how this shit all come together because that's what it was. My partner was finna snatch a nigga chain. I ain't into that type of shit, but he was finna snatch the nigga chain. And if he would have snatched a chain by him being my partner, I was gonna file off on the nigga, whatever. I regret even, we didn't do it, but I regret even being willing to even go through with that shit at the time if we would have jumped off. I tell y'all nigga, man, think before you do shit. Think. Like I'll tell you, I don't know if I said this before, but think. Even with I was going out and shooting niggas and shit up. I did have situations where niggas done some wild shit to one of my partners to the point that where the nigga came to me and I was like, oh no. Let's go get it. We picked it up. But he didn't want to go through with it. I'm glad he didn't because 15 years later, when I look back in hindsight, I seen some shit that said, yeah, that wouldn't have went well for us. We would have probably went to jail. Straight up. That's all I'll say. The chance, 9 times out of 10, we would have went to jail. So, so a shit like that make me come in for the camera and tell you young niggas, man, especially y'all today, cause it's too many y'all, we seeing this shit, you niggas be thugged out hard, get behind, oh god, shit, it was Joe Bob and them, and all this old shit. You just ain't built a lot of, I don't say all y'all, but a lot of you ain't built to, you just sit down there and go do that time like that. Passing out in court and shit. It hit you that time. Oh, 100 years. As you should too. That shit ain't no joke. But yeah, man, y'all, you know, now certain shit where I understand, certain lines they cross, it be like, man, you know, people fuck with your family, kids and shit, certain shit. You know, it just certain shit, nigga. Everybody got their point, I guess. But yeah, man, y'all niggas, man, really get off the bullshit, period. But at least, if anything, try to keep it to the fisticuffs. But even with that, though, everybody ain't. That's why everybody ain't with the fisticuffs. Now, sometimes when they get to the point where it be like, bro, I ain't not gonna be rolling the mud with one of you niggas. Scuffing my kicks up with you niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I put that together, put the rest of that together on your own. Some people have been through so much, bro, and went through so much to get to the point where you might be that last. You thinking it's just a fight, but you fuck with this person, and they might be on their last bit of patience. And yeah. But to go back to what I was saying about Mike, I remembered. I'm gonna lose where I was going, but Mike, when you see, and nothing wrong with fandom and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But because what with the entertainment, that's a part of it. So it's like, ain't nothing wrong with that part of the game or whatever. But let me just trying to show you all those people, they love Mike, right? So you got all the people at one place at one time with all that love worshiping him. He loses, they get Mike out of the crowd, but he loses chain in the commission of it. But it wasn't because a bunch of people hating him and we beating him up. No, it was a bunch of people just embracing him, and loving him and shit like that. And and anything can happen. You in the middle of a crowd, that fandom and shit, you might fall, and then they next thing they stomping on you and shit, trampling you, and they trying to get to you. The whole while, you ain't even standing up no more. You on the fucking floor getting stomped out by these people, but it's not because they hate you, it's because the pandemonium or the fandom or whatever. So, because you would say, I use it as an example, because this is how I think. I was thinking about that one day. I was like, well, we already know what hate itself can do, or especially extreme hate. But I was like, what would be the detriments of extreme love, or an extreme, what's the word I'm looking for? How can an extreme how can love, and we can take an extreme amount of love, be dangerous outside of just, oh, I was in love and she fucked another nigga, or he fucked another girl and I'm gonna kill him. That's shit too. But one of the first things, that's one thing, but another thing that came to my mind was what happened with Mike. With chain and shit or whatever. See all that's spiritual. I didn't plan that, it just happened like that. Chain. Yeah, man. Where we at? Yeah. Running my flaps. Got time though. So still a little baby. I just want to share that with y'all, man. But go listen to that. Go listen to that, man. They all Kelly. I wish. But that's why I think, because I remember that people like, man, these concerts still selling out, and the girl's still going crazy, and he did that. I'm like, intuitively they know that after puberty you become a woman. So despite whether you think she's too young or not, long as she was over that, same thing with baby girl, long as she was over that. And I told somebody this, that's why I was talking to this girl one time, at work. I was working at this one little restaurant and shit. But they were talking about R. Kelly, her and another girl. You know, of course she was beating them down, bashing them. And I know how people look at this shit, so I ain't want to just come out and tell her everything I was going to, well, I ended up telling y'all on the Max joint or whatever. But I was trying to, because I know how people are. And I ain't have time to sit there and explain all the way through. And who the fuck knows, even if I did do that, who the fuck knows it was going to permanently penetrate or whatever. So I couldn't sit there, but I was trying to so I gave it to her. I said, man, look. I was like, I understand where you're coming from. I say, but have you ever stopped to think that maybe Aaliyah was like, what if she, I ain't saying these words, but something where I was like, what if she was sent, or what if, I was like, she actually was a benefit to him. And I was like, she was performing art students, well-spoken, bright. So, I think I said this in the Max joint, but I'll say it again here. What if she But if you needed her, well, yeah, I did say that because I was basically saying like, by her being pure heart and because coming out saying you can't read or write, she could have been put in his life to help him learn how to read and write or whatever, something of that nature, right? But by her being young and still closer to her childhood innocence, it will be easier. It's easier to, and just being her who she is, because she, you tell just by the energy she radiates, she good people that wouldn't be judgmental like that. So what if she came to him? What if one of her reasons for them to have that relationship was to give him somebody that he could who he felt comfortable enough to open up to and say, hey, can you help me learn how to read or write? Teach me woo woo. Because that ain't the easiest shit to do. Come out and say, especially to some grown up motherfuckers who especially grown up motherfuckers that's in their ego or that's egotistical, which is a considerable amount of people in society these days. So I was like, even look at her name, baby girl, inner child, baby girl. So I was trying to explain that to Shawty, and I said it, and so you know, me and her was cool in the motherfucker too. Like I was like, little sis, you know, we get talking about music and shit, and you know, she had a little silly side, she be dancing and shit or whatever. And I had mad love to her, but after I said that, I seen her whole demeanor change towards the nigga. But yeah, ego. So, because I broke it down as understandably as possible. I was like, man, I didn't even come out and say, well, 16 is the legal age and whoop. And none of that shit. I just was like, man, have you ever tried looking at it like this right here? But I guess she was trying to, I guess she took that as me saying I was a pro-pedophile or some shit, or which that ain't even pedophile. It ain't pedophilia anyway, but when you going by the white man law and shit, you'll be, if you don't, like Francis Chris Wilson said, if you don't understand white supremacy, pseudo-white supremacy really, but that's I put pseudo on it just to, so people won't even get to thinking there's a such thing as white supremacy. But if you don't understand pseudo-white supremacy, everything else will confuse you. Because you're not going to understand how they're using shit. But like I was saying, what I was talking about, the Freddy Krueger thing or whatever. How he really represents the black man or the psyche or the black man or soul of the black man. And they probably know this from some ancient teachers because they had we went to sleep. While we were sleeping in slavery, they were learning all this shit I'm teaching you now and more. So they could take a template that, even if we don't know it consciously, but subconsciously, we identify with, which is why I seen that he saved me in the dream. You gotta think about it. This is a motherfucker who killed people in his dreams, in their dreams. This motherfucker saved me in mine, in the movie. He kills people in his dreams. But in my dreams, the nigga saved me. I don't think that dream was a fucking just coincidence. It was just, I don't think that was, I think that was one of the dreams, a message, because I never forgot that one. I had two more after that one. I want to tell you the third one, but I'm going to say that for the book. I'm putting that. I don't want to make a book. Do a book. I don't know. I might do a book of channels or some shit. I don't know if I'm but I don't know. Anyway, I'm just sitting here thinking through. I like talking. You probably can tell by now I don't really be having too many conversations these days outside of this shit right here. I still got a few partners I fuck with though. I don't want to slight them. Some I ain't talked to in a few years, but you know how that shit go. I might need to pick the phone up and shit, cause I get in my. I say one bad apple spoil it for the bunch. That shit is real, cause it's like you go through so much shit with fucked up people. It gets to the point to where it puts you in an antisocial mode, and it ain't even hard for you to reach out to people you know that's cool and shit, cause you just get so used to not talking to people and shit. And I'm already a reserved type of person too, but I'm both though. I can be both. I can chop it up, and then it depends on the vibe and the type of people I'm around. But one thing I did notice, like when I used to be with the homies and shit, the more people that came around, or the more, because like we used to all be, when I was a core game, we all be, there might be 2 or 3 of us sitting on the stairs chopping it up. Then 2 of the homeboys might come home from work. 3 more niggas might come from somewhere else. The next thing you know, we like 9 or 10 deep sitting in front of the crib and shit. When it's just 3 or 4 of us, I might be a little bit more talkative for when. Now, these all my people though, it ain't like some niggas come around and fuck with them, shit like that. No. But it's like when the more people that come around, the more quiet it takes the load off of me. So just to put it like a better phrase, and that's now I go in more of a reserve mode. And now while everybody else talking, I can just sit and chill more. So I get more of a quiet mode or whatever. But I don't want to go too long. Like I said, I don't know why this shit don't upload sometimes. I don't probably be spirit like I do that one again. Cut, no, do it again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know this computer shit, but I don't know if it's too much the space. I don't know. But I've just been keeping it at the hour and a half at the time and shit. I really wouldn't mind just whooping through it. But you know what? I'm glad he's doing that. I'm not gonna say no, I don't want to do it on this one. I don't want that shit to happen no more, but it's probably better for me to do it at least right now, in this moment, because I need to give me another laptop or something so I can just do about whatever. When I do speak, I can go about 4-5 hours and then whoop. But this is cool right here too, because give me something to do, especially in this winter time, because I see why bears and shit hibernate now. I be tired of motherfucker then having hard time staying up in the winter, at least this winter. But then when it's time for me to put the shirt on and do my thing, that's when she lifts me up. She's a vibe lifter. But yeah, man. It's cool. I do an hour or something, pause, take a break or whatever. Probably what it is too. Give me a minute to take a break, then come back. Whoop de whoop. Who knows? But and like I said, I did one with why I didn't have the shirt on for bit. Well, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, but I was gonna put the shirt on, but I had on a all black shirt at first, and then I had a black shirt on, and then I seen it while I looked. I said, you know what? I always know I look black brings out my handsome features, but I don't think I ever did a video with a black tee on, but I seen how Fly looked them up. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this one right here. She like black anyway, but so I did the motherfucker. Then when it wouldn't. I think I did it, but I didn't upload it. And then that's what it was. I did it, but I didn't upload it. Then when I I took a nap or something. I came back to upload the motherfucker. I can't even find the shit no more. I think it was this nigga like, nah, nigga, put that shirt back on. Keep that shirt on through the whole segment or whatever. Said black chick or something else. But yeah, man. Let me do this one, and then this is going good. Now I'm gonna have to start the next one off straight up off the notes. Give y'all a little something right here, but I ain't even got into the shit. This is just as Bobby would say, a hard copy. But I'm gonna hit y'all with this right now. Now I get the breakdown of the name. Remind me of when I did shout out to Selena too, man. My baby girl, man. Black love, brown pride in the sets again. Pete Wilson trying to see us all broke. I'm on some bullshit. Yeah, man, I love her, man. Some girls, yeah. Bobby was talking about that. He was doing his lectures. He was like, man, that's ritual shit. He said, look how they killed Selena. 22, I think she was 21 or 22. Aaliyah, 22. Yeah, Bobby, he spoke on that. And I seen a little girl, not too long ago, when I was out and about. She had on I like that. She had on a shirt with Aaliyah. I don't know if they ever met each other. I don't think so though. I don't know. I think maybe it was Photoshop. But she had on a shirt with Aaliyah and the Hispanic chick. She had on a shirt with Aaliyah and Selena on it. I thought that was pretty cool, man. So shout out to my essays, man. The ones that are dying with it. Some of them, I'm gonna be honest, because some of them don't fuck with us like that. Let's just be real about it. But shout out to my essays, man. To the older niggas too, whether they want to claim it or not, but yeah. And what was that happening earlier? Cause something happened with the Aztec thing. Something had came through earlier. It'll come back to me. But let me break this down real quick. I want to show y'all something. Now, baby girl got a song called, and she probably, who the hell know? I don't know what baby girl was. She was in, like I say, she was in Egypt though. She was she loved Kemet. I ain't got into the details of it yet, but it's probably, I guess I probably know, I'm willing to bet, because it could, because everything is just relegated to Kemet, because this whole planet, we have soul sojourns, and, many different lifetimes, soul traveling. We done lived all over the earth. My last lifetime, well, I think my last one was before this one. I'm not sure though. That's why it's good to, that's where the whole psychic reading thing comes in at. When you find somebody that, I pretty much know who I can get up with to do that too. I would say her name, but I don't know if she want to be mentioned. But whenever I get to that point of the game, I'll find out, and then Godspeed, just say that. But she may have very well did her own numerology on her shit, on her name, and named the song, did the Click song, or maybe this is just oh shit, maybe but in the song she's talking about down with her clique, you know, and her crew or whatever. But check this out. You'll see what I'm saying when I finish. So we have I'm done with it. That's 90s, man. That's what I'm gonna get into that on the next one. I'm gonna go straight to it next time. I ain't gonna anyway. So we got A, which is 1. You got A, which is 1. You got L, which is 12. I, which is 9. And then we got Y, which is 25. You got A, which is 1. H, which is 8. Leo. So let's do the math. 1 plus 1 is 2. A plus 8. Then 2 plus the L, which is the 12, is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. 9, 5, 14, 5, 25, Y, 30. 5 plus 25 is 30. 30 plus 1, A, 30, that's 31, 4. And then, hold on, let me see. So I might be wrong here, but let's see. 1 plus 1 plus 2, get this right. 8, 2, 4, 12. Okay, yeah. There's 1 plus 1. A plus A, that's 2. 2 plus L, which is 12, we get you 14. 5. 5 plus I, or 9, is 14, that's 5. Y is 25, so 5 plus 25 is 30. 30 plus A, which is 1, 31. And then 31 plus H, or 8, is 39. Now, 39. 3 is C, 9 is I. 3 plus 9 is 12, which is L. And then 1 plus 2 is 3, that's C. So that's C-I-L-C. C-L-I-C-C. Click. That's one thing I got when I rearranged it or whatever. Now you take the L and the R, which is interchangeable. That's R. Then you take the R, I-C-C. That's Rick. Remember what I said the other day? I think it was the first one I did, or maybe somewhere between the first and the third segment of this right here. Fell on Rick James' birthday, which I didn't know, and I'm writing this shit in purple. I'll get to that later, but Rick. So you got Rick, click, down with the click. And that's another thing. Oh, C-R-I-C-C, crick. Now a little scratch a little bit, but this is a little trick I learned too. I'll be finding out a little shit like this too. Interchanging vowels. So you take the I and then put the A there, you got crack. When she started off the album, she was like, or the song, it was like, she say, if you down with it, Leah, so you're down with it. If you're not, then it's one part where she say, if you're not down with the crack. She said, if you're not down with the crack, that's what it was. If you're down with it, Leah, throw your hands up, something like that. And she say, if you're not down with the crack, throw your hands up. This the crack. It was when the crack kills movement. This is around the crack kill movement was popping. Remember, then they had the joking version of it where they had the shirt with Bart Simpson stuck between the ass crack. He said crack kills. Back when niggas was wearing chronic hats and shit. I know you niggas that was my age and from that 9/11 and shit. And I'm not saying it just because I beat my chest, and I literally did, but I'm saying that because when I go back and listen to, man, you want to go back, look, anybody really, even the kids today, or the youngsters today, would you want to do some time machine shit? I don't know, time traveling, I don't necessarily, and who knows, but time travel is real, but it's not some fucking machine. See, at least that's how I don't know. Maybe they do got some shit somewhere, whatever. But you can do more with your mind than a machine anyway. So, time travel is more of a mental thing, if you ask me. Now, is it some type of machine somewhere? Who the fuck knows? So that's. You gotta break your molecules. I don't trust. I don't know. You had to really sell me on that one. You be the fucking. I had to see you go and come back and about 4 times. And nigga, did your ear make it back too? Whatever it is, you have to. Anyway, but the closest because even Bobby was talking about time traveling, but when he was speaking about it, he was talking about a mental thing. He said drunk like I think he said he did some wild shit. He drank like 3 gallons of water every day for like a week or some shit like that. And he said he started, but it wasn't like I'm going into the 80s. You know, he was saying he started, when he done it, he started tasting shit and smelling shit he hadn't smelled since he was a kid and shit like that. Or smelling like, they say he was like smelling like his grandma perfume or some shit that he hadn't smelled in years. Not because it was the smell around, but just in his, just mentally or whatever. But if you in the house by yourself or some shit, and ain't no perfume around, and you just start all of a sudden smelling some shit you ain't smelled since you was around your grandma years ago, that's can be put under the time travel thing. Not necessarily always you wake up and shit, horses and buggies riding around and shit. But I am of the opinion that you do it more so on a mental level. Cause just think about what I just said, when you go get a reading, that's actually what they doing when they tap into the melanin and so they can tell you who you are, your past sojourns, and how to use that to operate within this lifetime right here. So, so that's not, it sounds spooky or mind readers, but it's not. This is shit this is our culture really doing that type of stuff. Because we so far removed from it, when I say it now, it might spook you out or some shit like that. So it's nothing to be spooked out about. Actually, when you go look at, see what happened with Donny Hathaway, he didn't have, so you look at, I hope y'all went and watched that. I gave you a little time in between. Now I'm explaining it to you. See, Donny Hathaway thought he had a chip in his head. That don't even make sense to me either. Like I say, I think we give too much credit to technology. I don't want to underestimate it, but I think we give too much credit to it. Because I, for one, don't think you can put a chip can register. I don't know. That shit just don't sound right to me. A chip, you can hook that up, and the mind, this is way, spirit, the mental or the soul, or whatever you want to call it, is way higher than fucking technology. I feel like a lot of shit be them trying to do what we do. They can't do it from within, so they try to find some technological way to do it. Which they do to certain degree, because like the camera is based off the eyes, speaker is based off the ears. And that's probably some shit niggas created. That's get out the dumb shit. But so 1:30, okay, yeah. So but I said all that to say, if you want to get a real vibe of what the 90s, a real good positive vibe. I'll give you some other shit too, but it's gonna be some gangster shit now. but if you want to get just a positive vibe, just a real feel good vibe, a good dose of that feel good 90s shit. Age ain't nothing but a number. Oh my God. Oh Lord. It's beautiful. That goddamn Young Nation. That just I know it from me. But yeah, man. So anyway, get back to this, and it'll be perfect. It'll be a perfect place to stop. Cause I got my book. So when I come back, I won't do all this. I'll be straight to the business. Leave it open right here. But I will say this much before I end this one. Okay. So, let's get back to the CILC. CILC, silk or kilk. LICC, lick, brick. IRC would be Hurk, ilk. But just the one you want to, CILC is silk. Take the L, put L and R interchangeable, so you can put the R right there. You got Cirque, Kirk, Captain Kirk. That's Captain Kirk is Horace, hey Root, and I'm telling you, you gotta go fuck with that. But you gotta be real well versed in this shit. Honestly, you got to. You watch enough of them motherfuckers. You've been studying my work for the last past 8-9 years, and you go watch this shit. I'm quite sure. You might see me. I can just you run 5. You sit me down and we watch 5 different. The original Star Trek though with what's the man name? I'm gonna do that one too. This is because she came through with my sister Cassie the other day, and this shit all goes together. So let me put this right here. And then yeah, that'll be a perfect way to start the next one off. Okay, so man, I can't remember this nigga name. Adam, Robert Shatner. That's the last time I was talking about this shit, I couldn't remember his name. I think I said this already, but I'll bring it back here. But Robert Shatner. But yeah, the one with him, the old school one. I was never big on Star Trek growing up. My old man was though. He watched, but he was more so. By the time I came to the picture, it was the Next Generation version. It ain't like it is now. You can, you got cable or whatever. You can find a certain channel, or you can just find box sets of the old one. All that shit. It wasn't like that in the 90s and 80s. By the time I came in the game, the old one was out of rotation. It was about Star Trek: The Next Generation. Your boy Tony Todd, he was in one of those episodes. But so I'm Johnny Come Lately when it comes to the old one, and even the newer one that came out. I never really got into that one, but just based off of a little bit I caught from when my old man used to watch that shit. And then I got into Star Trek like 2019, 2018 or something like that. That's when I really sat down and watched it. And boy, oh boy, when I tell you that's a bad motherfucker. That start. But what makes it bad is because I know this shit here, so I know where they drawing from. When I watch this shit, I know where they actually getting this shit from. Man, that's probably some shit in the next generation shit. I don't think it's better. I think the old one is better. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of the. Like I said, when my old man used to watch this shit, they used to just be like, I'm coming and going. He'd be watching that shit. I might chill, talk to him for a minute. He'd be watching that shit. I gone. So I never actually sat down and watched that shit. But I think the old one probably is a little better. A lot of the old shit is live. I'm telling you, man. Between 2018, I say like 2022, 2023. What year that was? Whatever year that was when I did the Twilight series that summer. Especially that year. Because I had this one channel. It ain't around. I don't know if they took the channel off there or some shit. But it was a channel called Decades. And man, I used to play a lot of old shit. And it's a whole lot. Jim West, that Wild Wild West science. You can see that shit on my page. You go through my stories. I posted the one with Richard Pryor, piece of Richard Pryor. I posted a picture from there, but I only seen like about 4 or 5 episodes, but each one I saw was some science in that shit. So but yeah, Captain Kirk's Horrors, man. And we're gonna get back into that when I come back. We're gonna take y'all and get you some scholarship. Yes, sir. My boy Robert Temple. Good white folk. Good old white folk. Excuse me. So, I'll be back, man. You niggas keep it real out there. Peace.